Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode, I believe it's 7, isn't it? 7, 8?
Holy cow!
I know, holy cow. Of our podcast with your hosts, Amy and Kate. She's waving. We are trying to record this via, you can actually see us, but no clue if this is working, so we're going to record audio just in case. Today's subject, I believe, is Norse gods, which is we're gonna have to hand over to Kate because most of my knowledge comes from the Marvel movies. So,
Okay, so we are going to double dip in terms of this. We are going to be talking epic because I do not know if you saw the post.
I did.
The final cover art's been released.
I know.
So
I know.
We're definitely talking that, but we are finally getting into our Norse mythology section of this podcast, and we are going to look at the myth of the creation of the world and kind of contrast that with the Greek myth. So if you're here specifically because it was meant to be a Greek mythology podcast, don't worry, you're getting a bit of Greek mythology in here today. So, let's talk Greek mythology first, and then we can contrast it with the Norse.
Yep.
So, which part do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about our thing first, or the other?
I think our thing because I feel like I needed to get it off my chest, just for me.
Okay. Go for a minute. I'm gonna figure out where I just put my
notebook.
Just grapple.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Grapple.
For the fans of Epic the Musical, Jorge released the final cover art, and it is amazing. It is very dramatic, and I was.
It fits so well.
Yeah, that cut short my rambling time, but it's fine because I agree with Kate. Because Jesus, it is rather dramatic lighting and the artwork, and it's just blood pretty much everywhere, even on the bow. So it's like, you know what we're getting into.
But here's the thing, kind of links back to the Underworld Saga.
It does, yes it does. Because it's kind of got the similar background kind of going on, if you think about it.
So in the Underworld Saga, in the song No Longer You, Tiresias says, I see your palace covered in red.
Covered in red. He's gonna kill everybody.
I love the cover art, and you know how I knew that was the next thing to drop?
Yeah.
That video he posted that showed him trying to show the cover art.
He always tries to. I mean, he tried with the Revenge Saga, or Vengeance. And it was just like him with his little trident.
You know what my favorite one is? My favorite one is Thunder. But also, we should probably talk about the other part now, because then we're going to ramble at the end, and I actually have a shout-out thing I need to do. Also, I'm very excited because I think I'm getting a microphone for Christmas.
Like a singing microphone or a podcasty microphone?
I'm casting microphone, so the audio quality is gonna...
Oh, it's not that bad. I've had a lot worse to work with, so don't worry. Pretty cool, though, that you're on podcast.
Right, so let's get into the myth of creation from the Greek perspective, because you can give your 2 cents on that, and then I'm going to ramble about the Norse.
Oh.
So, the Greek myth of creation is that at first there was just nothingness, and then, which was chaos, from which Gaia, and I'm going to say it in the German tone, because otherwise it sounds so rude, Uranus.
Okay. Kronos. I call him Kronos because it makes a bit more sense. Anyway, continue.
So Gaia is the Greek personification of the earth, and Uranus is the Greek personification of the sky. They were created from chaos, and from that, then just pulling up to make sure I'm not fucking this all up.
Don't worry. What's the worst that can happen if it is?
I've had one of those weeks. Okay, leave me alone.
She even got a book out.
For anyone wondering, I'm using the DK Eyewitness mythology book, which is absolutely brilliant. So, in the beginning, there was nothing but a swelling void called chaos. Eventually, out of the nothingness, a creative force emerged. Some say this force was Gaia, Mother Earth. Others say it was a goddess called Eurydice, who took the form of a duck. Gaia or Eurydice laid a great egg from which emerged Uranus. Gaia and Uranus did the dirty.
Sure.
The earliest first creatures to inhabit the earth were born. First, the Cyclopes, which are giant creatures, but rather than having 2 eyes like we do, they have 1 eye in the back
Cyclops.
which is in their forehead, which the most famous one is probably Polyphemus, who we met in the Cyclops Saga of Epic. And
Poor dude needed a hug and some therapy.
He needed some damn therapy and more of the light swine.
He just needed a hug, if anything. That poor dude lived with sheep. I mean, That's just traumatic, even in itself.
And then they produced 6 powerful children known as the Titans, and they became some of the most powerful beings in mythology and would eventually bear forth the Olympians, 2 of Protos and Rhea. Siblings who got married. We are not going to get
Well, the Greeks are always kind of incestuous, I think is the correct term. So, it's not that surprising, but it is a bit like, yeah, okay. Especially in the modern times, anyway.
And that's the one from Greek mythology. What are your thoughts on that one while I pull up the other one?
Well, to be honest, I'm not too fussed with the Greek creation because, well, Gaia's sons and daughters, they all kind of went on to be the biggest fuck-ups known to history. I think it's the nicest way of putting the Greek gods.
Okay, do we want to talk about the fuck-ups part?
No, that can be episode 10.
Yes, okay, we're doing the biggest fuck-ups in mythology.
See, look, I told you we'd figure it out. We always do this. It's fine. We're going to go off on a tangent if we're not careful. But to be honest, I'm more concerned about all the relationship drama because that's just hilarious. And all the lives they ruin because of their relationship dramas. That's what I like about the Greeks best.
Disco ball?
But that's what my thoughts and opinions are. Couldn't be too fussed, really. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Percy Jackson franchise kind of dealt with the problem of Gaia and, I don't know, Uranus or whatever. So, yeah.
Okay. Biggest relationship drama, I think, in terms of the Olympians, is Thunderpants and Disco Ball.
Hermes or Dionysus, because to be honest, they can both fit into that genre.
No, Zeus and Hera, because in God Games, Hera's portrayed as...
Well, come on, you gotta feel bad for Hera. I mean...
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying they're the biggest drama, because it's like...
It's not. Zeus is the biggest drama. Hera's just a victim. If you think about it, didn't want to get really married to him, was queen, loved being queen.
Let's keep moving before we do something stupid again.
I'm being shut off. It's fine. Continue. It's your show. I'm just the co-host.
You're the creator, so yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so this is the Norse one, and the reference is Snorri Sturluson's The Younger Edda. For anyone who's going to come after me for shutting off Amy so many times, I'm in a rambler mood.
It's fine. So go ahead. I don't know anything about Norse mythology, so you are my teacher, Sensei.
Okay, so the Norse creation of story begins in the borderland between 2 cosmic regions, Niflheim and the hot realm of Muspel. A setting that recalls icy terrain and bubbling geysers of Iceland, where the story has its origins. From these interactions, a primal being, the frost giant Ymir, is born. Eventually, Ymir is killed, and his body is transformed into the world by a trio of creator gods. Odin, who's essentially, like, for anyone who doesn't know, Odin has similar powers to Zeus.
It's how sometimes they get misconstrued as each other.
Actually, I think he has more powers relating to Ares. And Zeus is more...
Oh, if we're going to go talk about the lineage of all the different gods and all the different, like, mythologies in the world, then we're going to be here for centuries, so just give up now.
And then Vili and Vi are Odin's 2 brothers. So, yeah, right, let's get into the plot synopsis part. For anyone wondering, I'm just out and out reading from the book. Like,
yeah, I think we can all gather that.
So, giants and gods. As the heat of Muspel began to thaw the ice of Niflheim, the evil giant Ymir emerged. Then a cow called Audhumla formed out of the melting ice and produced milk for Ymir to drink. As he drank and was further warmed by the air of Muspel, Ymir started to sweat, and 2 more giants were formed in the sweat under his left arm.
Charming, Jesus.
Audhumla licked the ice. She freed yet another giant called Buri from inside the ice. These frost giants ruled the cosmos. Buri's son Bor married Bessa, the daughter of the giant Biltorn, and had 3 children, the gods Odin, Vili, and Vi. Ymir was cruel to all around him, and the sons of Bor hated him. They fought the giants and killed him, and used his material from which to create the world. From his skull they made the sky, from his brains the clouds. the gods made rocks from his bones and rivers and seas from his blood.
God, that's really getting his use out of his body, isn't it? It's like when you donate your body to, like, medicine after you die. They're just gonna use everything.
We are going to talk about this after I finish reading this section, which was so prolific that it drowned all the other frost giants except for two, Berglimir and his wife. Okay, can we talk about the body usage?
Yeah, it's a bit like when you give your body to medicine or science after you die, and it's like they will take everything because you are worth a lot. Look on the black market. I mean, your eyes are like worth what, 700 quid? Don't really need both.
Okay, we're not going to get into that part. I'm going to look it up for next episode. Okay.
The more you know.
Now on to the first humans. So we'll do the first humans and then we're just going to have our rambling session. Because then it's going to get into the war between the gods and stuff, and I actually want to look at that next week. So the Norse creator gods Odin, Vili, and Ve had the power to breathe life into objects and to give living things new form. This allowed them to create new races in the cosmos. They transformed the dwarves, who had been small, maggot-like creatures born from the flesh of Ymir, into intelligent humanoids. More notably, they created the first man and woman, Aska and Embla, by giving life to a pair of locks. I'm going to do plot synopsis and then we're talking about that. What the hell? Okay, let's get into Utgard and Asgard. Once the creator gods, Odin, Vili, and Ve, had created the cosmos and the earth, they gave the only giants that remained, the children of Berglimir and his wife, the region in the east called Utgard, to live. And they built their own home at Asgard and put up strong fortifications made from the eyebrows of Ymir to protect themselves from the giants.
Sure, why not?
Okay, first man and woman. Odin, Vili, and Ve decided to explore their kingdom. As they were walking along the coast, they found a pair of tree trunks washed up on the shore. The trio decided to bring life back to the dead trees, but in a new form. They remodeled the logs into humanoid shapes and brought them to life. Odin gave the logs breath and life, Vili intelligence and emotion, and Ve the sense of sight and hearing, and some myths also expressive features and power of speech.
I like that version better than the Bibles.
And that is far better than the Bible.
Right?
Actually, we're going to leave in the Greek mythical version of this, because this leads into chaos, and I have some thoughts on chaos, actually.
Keep going then. This feels a bit more like a lecture than an episode. Telling us off.
Okay, Midgard. The pair, who were named Ask and Embla, which mean ash and elm respectively, needed somewhere to live, so the creator gods built up their own realm called Midgard, middle earth, midway between Asgard, where they themselves live, and the cold realm of Niflheim. Asgard and Midgard were linked by a bridge called Bifrost, which took the form of a rainbow. The gods told Ask and Embla that it was their responsibility to look after the plants and creatures, so they settled down to nurture their own and to start the vast family that became the human race. Okay, we're going to talk Bifrost, and then we'll talk of the other thing.
Sure.
Okay, I think that the Bifrost has been so accurately portrayed from that myth description into Marvel. And I think that actually not having it as a physical rainbow, but rather that Thor can summon it the way he does, genius.
As much as I love the Bifrost, it's awesome. 100% would use as a travel agent. However, no respect for lawns. It says in Marvel, like, no respect for the lawn community. I mean, look at that. It burns everything. I mean, I know you don't have to charge. It's a very cool pattern after it leaves. I will grant that. But it could be nicer. It could, like, grow a tree or something. You know, global warming or something. You know, they have power. Instead of a rainbow, a tree wouldn't kill them.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into the whole Greek version of the two humans thing. Why did Prometheus do that?
I don't know. I'm a lowly mortal. I don't know. I'm just there, pretty much.
Please, do you want me to reveal the text messages you and I have sent to each other?
Oh, don't say it like that, because that sounds very wrong.
For anyone wondering, we had this text chain going a few weeks back where we were just talking about, like, I was going through some shit. She was trying to help me out.
I did, by the way. I did.
Back from a certain women that we both respect. And we were just...
So Kate was in a low point, and I was hyping her up by calling her different goddess names. It became a whole thing. But don't say it like we're doing something scandalous via text, because that's how terrorism starts.
Please, with you and me, it can't be.
Okay, we're not planning a murder, we're not planning an attack. We're just planning to fix our lives, and that's just depressing enough.
Okay, let's do a ramble session.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been? Talk to me. What the fuck happened last night?
You don't want to know. It was bad. It was bad. I had to go out.
Well, I do want to know, because you cancelled on me with about 30 minutes notice.
I know, I'm sorry. It was just, they dragged me out, and it was fine, okay? But halfway through dinner, the fire alarm went off in the restaurant, so we all got evacuated. And then it turns out they were going to take me to see Wicked as well, which I wouldn't have minded because I've already seen it. So I was a bit like, I'm very tired. I would prefer to be in bed. It was a great movie. I loved every second of it again. But I've already watched it, so it was a bit like, okay. And I was just a bit...
Oh, I am planning to go see that with my friends this week.
Yeah, do, because it's amazing, and you will cry so much. And the second part finally, like, trailer and release date got released, like, last night. So I was like, yay. But, yeah, 21st of November, 2025. That's when the second part is coming out. So, yes, very exciting. I don't know what I'm going to be doing that day. So, you jump around. I'm having an existential crisis. It's fine. But... but that was all fine. But I was just so...
What's going on with this crisis? What can I do to help?
Well, nothing. I'll be honest, I'm rather tired. I'm just tired.
Hold on, I need to do my thing.
Is that your smug look?
No, I am still saying told you so about the release date.
Yeah.
Told you so.
Ha ha. Okay, fine. So you could put that on your tombstone. My tombstone was like, she still neglected a gift. That can be on our mutual tombstones, okay? It's fine.
Okay, bet.
But we got home, because it's like a 3-hour long movie, so we got home around 11, and I had not slept, like, at all the previous night, so I was very, very tired. And then today I had to go to my mum's to get Christmas stuff, so I spent most of the day travelling, so again, very tired.
Okay, can I get your advice on something?
You may.
So, I told you about my cramps thing, right? Like how my hand cramps up.
Yes.
So I was talking to my vice principal today. He had a really bad episode of it. Like, we were doing some English language stuff, and I was having to handwrite. I couldn't use my laptop. Had a bit of a thing, which I'll tell you about afterwards. Don't want to really say much here. Basically, hand cramps up. He said, run it under cold water. And when I came back out, he was like, do you have a brace for it? So I pitched that idea to my parents. They want me to get checked out by a physio.
Sure.
What do you think? Do you think it's safe to go for a brace?
Go to a physical, then get a brace. Because not only will the physio help you understand what the hell is wrong with you and your body, but the brace, it will just help in general. But the brace will... You don't really want to get a brace without a doctor's permission or some knowledge of what's going on in your bones.
Yeah, because it's specifically like, it's not...
Besides, if you put on the brace, there's not much point going to the physiotherapy. So I would go, if it was me.
Right, what else? Oh, right, I have to do the shout out for the video idea. So, I was talking with my friends last week, actually pretty much a week tomorrow. I was talking with my friends. I was with a few of my friends, Estelle, Batia, Colin, Sam.
None of these names mean anything to me. It's fine.
Hold on.
Look, you've given me their nicknames. I don't need their actual names. Let's just stick with nicknames, because I will understand them a bit better. Is this when you do your shout out?
Yeah, this is the, shout out to those guys. They gave me the idea about the video thing.
Oh, hello, text message. One moment. Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. I mean, it's not like we have many listeners anyway. Go ahead.
Jesus, have you seen the number of views our episode 3 got?
No. To be honest, I don't really check. I just edit, upload, and then wish for the best.
I think there's some 30 views on that episode.
30? Oh, look at us. We're so popular. We've got 30 views.
And for only having a few episodes and getting 30 views, not having this on Spotify as well. Oh, I just have an idea.
Yeah, I know what idea you just had. This podcast is not good enough to be on Spotify. And he's like professional editing and producing and software, which we do not have. Because 1, poor. 2, too far away. 3, different time zones. And 4, I don't think we're very consistent with our content.
And also, I've been called the rugby oracle at my school, okay?
I'm not even gonna... Okay. I suppose there's worse nicknames. Mine was Voldemort. Yeah.
No, it's actually out of respect, because, like, a few weeks ago, it was Ireland versus New Zealand, and a lot of the staff's Irish, and they wanted my opinion on who would win the match.
Wow. Damn. Okay, Oracle. I would just call you an Oracle, not the rugby Oracle, because Oracle, that's just a bit specific. Just Oracle in general.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for listening. Next week we will be diving into another Norse myth, and this will probably be more about Thor and stuff, so if you're a Marvel fan, get ready, because we have a million and one thoughts, and I know Amy is going to be...
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with more melodies next week.
Bye!
Peace out!